Okay, let's go. I have a bit of a two-screen setup happening here, so I hope I can manage all of this perfectly. Hello, my name is Jenna. Welcome to How to Get Clients from Instagram Without Wasting Hours Glued to Your Phone. This training is for photographers who want to grow on Instagram so that you can get comments, views, DMs, all of those fun things. But most importantly, paying clients. Now, if you want to stop second guessing if your posts are good enough, not feel like you're always posting fluff, and know that every post you make is super freaking strategic. They all have a point. You're going to love this training. If you want to connect with your people on Instagram, you know those people, those ideal clients are out there, and you want to have an audience of them so they hype up their posts and you feel like when you post, you're actually getting in front of the right people. We're going to talk about that. And if you want the freedom to put down your phone and still have your Instagram content attracting clients to you while you make art, while you speak to clients, while you drop your kids off at the bus or whatever, then this is for you as well. We basically have two kind of archetypes when it comes to any small business owner, service-based business owners, that's who I work with on social media, on Instagram, okay? We've got all hours Anna, who commits to posting 3 times a week, but then it takes her hours to get that done. We'll feel like super proud of a post, but then delete it if it doesn't get likes right away, if it doesn't get engagement, we feel kind of embarrassed. She makes trendy posts, and those work sometimes. Like she gets views and she gets followers, but they're not resulting in clients. So she knows that there's a piece of the puzzle that's missing. And then we have not actual Beyonce. And here's how she is different, okay? Not actual Beyonce systematizes her content creation and automates as much as possible so that it's easy and seamless for her to post at least 5 times a week. Every week, she designs some content to get that engagement and those likes and that traction, and other posts to make her money. And she thinks of them as two very different things, and she knows she needs both. And she uses marketing psychology to inspire her leads to work with her. These are our two archetypes. Who are you right now? Are you feeling more like all hours Anna, or are you feeling more like not actual Beyonce? All right. Hi, I'm Jenna. Nice to meet you. There I am with my hashtag X right behind me, actually, that my husband spray painted gold for me. This is my old apartment that I lived in. I actually loved this apartment. It was one room, one room apartment, it's like 200 square feet. I woke up as a social media manager trying to make it work, burnt out in my bachelor apartment. And I had bartended the night before, and I woke up and I'm like, it's like 11 o'clock, and I knew I needed to get my clients' content out by noon because that was the agreement, which meant I had to like make that post and get it up. And I'm like, there has to be a better way. Like making posts every day for my clients is just not working. And at the time, we didn't have the tools we have now. Like I was really trying to make things work without all the tools we have now that make it so much easier. And so over time, the Instabooked formula was born. The new way that I would manage my clients' content. And I'm going to tell you all about it because you don't need a social media manager. You can do this yourself. You just need the tools and the strategies. And creating them takes an awful long time. Take my word for it. I worked with so many clients and I managed so many accounts on my own that I needed to do it fast. I needed to do it lickety split. That was the only option. So the Instabook formula, it's a solution that I created so that my clients could generate tens of thousands of dollars from Instagram while spending just a few hours a month phone in hand, right? Because if you're anything like me, I'm always trying to cut down on that screen time. This allowed me to ditch the spaghetti slinging approach to content creation. What I mean by that is just trying stuff and hoping it works. Creating posts your followers love to engage with, even when you're selling to them. They can love those posts too, and predictably grow on Instagram. So, want to ditch all hours Anna? My goal by the end of this training, you know exactly what it's going to take to be not actual Beyonce. Okay, so let's break it down. I'm going to go through a couple of mistakes that folks are typically making and what to do instead, and we'll get into some more action steps, okay? So, posting on the fly without a content strategy. What that might look like is you wake up in the morning like I did, and you go, oh, okay, I need to post, or I haven't posted since Tuesday. Oh no. And you're like beating yourself up, and then your food's in the microwave, and while it cooks, you're like banging out a post. Okay. You don't have a content strategy. You don't have a checklist of what you need to do. You're just like posting because you feel guilty for not posting. Maybe you are like, well, I do have a content strategy, Jenna. Every week I post like X, Y, and Z, but it's stuff like Tip Tuesdays. I post a tip on Tuesdays, or I use like National Ice Cream Day, or on Wednesdays I educate. And these are like shortcuts we're made to think are some sort of strategy. It makes you feel in control when people give this advice, but it's not an actual marketing strategy. It's sort of like maybe benchmarks, but it's not an actual marketing strategy or social media marketing strategy. Okay. Do you promise yourself you'll post Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and those days come along and you like miss them, or you like maybe get them, but you don't actually have a plan for how the content's going to happen? You just hope that it's going to happen those 3 days a week? Then you need a content strategy. Maybe you sit down to write a post, but then you stare at your screen and you're not sure if it's right. Right? Maybe you like want somebody, my sister sends me content all the time. Is this right? Or you think that the post is like just fluff, then you need a content strategy. One more, or maybe you don't know where to start. So you go to sit to make a post, and then you clean your office, you organize your lenses, you do whatever you do. You start doing client work instead. Okay. You guessed it, you need a content strategy. So, not to mention that when you have a content strategy, it acts like a list of ideas, and all of those ideas work together to both attract, warm up, and convert, grow, nurture, sell your audience. So, it's not like one post existing in a silo, right? All the posts are going to work together to grow your following and nurture those people and sell them. You're like leading them down a journey, like down a road toward working with you. The slowest way to make content is one post at a time. I know it might feel faster, but it is the slowest way to do it. And that's because task switching wastes a lot of time. Batching like tasks saves it. Any productivity book is going to tell you this. So imagine this for your own brain. So, because sometimes we need to convince our brains that something is true, right? Because your brain might be like, it's just, I've tried batching, it's too slow, it's a new thing, I don't want to learn it. But think of it this way. What if you are cleaning your house and you first like take the vacuum out and you vacuum your office, and then you take your dust out and you like dust the everything, and you put the dust rag away, and um then you get the Windex out and you Windex the windows, and then you put the Windex away, and then you like tidy all your stuff and you put it all around the house where it belongs. Okay, great. And then you go on to the next room, and you go and you take the vacuum out of the cupboard again and vacuum that room and then put it away. And you take the dust rag out of the cupboard and you dust and you put it away. Like, we could have saved so much time by just vacuuming the whole house and then dusting the whole house and then doing all of the tidying. You know what I mean? It's way faster to batch similar tasks, and it's easier on your brain because you're not task switching mentally. I could harp on this all day long, but like also if you're doing client work and then you stop to do your marketing because you forgot, and you make your Instagram post and then you go back to your client work, that's also task switching. Now you're being less productive on your client work and less productive on your social media. Okay? So you need a content strategy. All businesses should have one, and it really doesn't need to be complicated, and it is going to speed you up, and it can be fun, and it will be totally strategic. When you have this kind of system, you don't need to guess at what to post today. You don't even need to question yourself anymore on this is right, because it's part of your strategy, and you basically just follow a checklist of I'm going to post this week, this, and this. Even the way that my clients do it, even the idea generation part of it, we're going to batch. Like, you're going to sit down, get your brain into idea generation mode, and generate all the ideas at once. So they're all sitting there too. And then, if this was your grid, did you like my art? All the branding on this whole slideshow is like such a mess. But if this was your grid, every post is tactical. Every post is strategic. Some are meant to grow your followers, some are meant to warm your people up into leads, and others are meant to sell. They all have their own jobs. Imagine how good it would feel to open your computer, spend an hour rating posts. You know exactly what growth, nurture, and sales content you need that week. You're not posting fluff, you're posting actual marketing. And then an hour later, you close your computer and everything's done. And then you just live your life and your content just rolls out. Amazing. Okay. Mistake number two. Oh, wait, I changed this one. I changed it to this. So you're assuming talking about your service is enough to make people take action and book with you, but you're not selling it. Be real with yourself. You're talking about what you do, but are you actually selling it? Or worse, you're not even talking about what your offers and you're justifying that with phrases like, I want my work to speak for itself. Photographers, artists, I know we're so guilty of this. You are. Sorry, it's not me. It's you. It's photographers and artists. I want the work to speak for myself. I understand where this comes from. And I think a lot of where this comes from is old Instagram. It's like 2017 Instagram. You might even be following people that are like super popular and they have 1 million followers and all they're doing is posting their work. And you're like, it's working for them. I want to remind you that you can't see their, you know, invoices. You can't see their insights. You can't see their sales calendar and like how many sales calls they're taking. Like, you don't actually know that that's working for them. And if it is, all the power to them. But more likely than not, in 2024, 2025, 2026, like this kind of window, we can't just be posting our work and letting it speak for itself. We've got to sell. We've got to show up authentically. We've got to show people who we are. We got to make them choose us over the next person. Like, you probably could curate a list of brilliant photographers and like be able to tell the work apart. A lot of your clients are counting on you and resonating with you and who you are. And do I feel safe with this person? Do I feel comfortable with this person? And that's how they're choosing their photographer. Sorry, I'm kind of getting off track here, but we can't, long story short, we can't just let the work speak for itself anymore. And furthermore, those posts aren't going to be optimized on Instagram anymore because of like Reels and how the platforms work. Okay, you also might be like, if you're feeling defensive right now, I totally understand and I don't even blame you. You might be wondering, like, when do I sell? You might feel like you're selling too much or too little, you're holding back. Instead of choosing a rhythm and sticking to it, you're like all over the place. Some days you feel good doing it, some days you don't. I understand. So listen, if you haven't got clients from Instagram yet, it does not mean you suck. It does not mean it won't ever work. Like, it doesn't mean any of that. Let's see if we can turn it all around. Let's talk a little bit more about sales and some of the resistance to it because a lot of people don't want to sound pushy. Or maybe you know that you have friends, family, network, other photographers following you, and you don't want to annoy them by selling to them. All of these are normal fears that we have. Okay. You probably don't ever want to feel like gross and salesy. And I'm willing to bet somebody made you feel that way one time, right? Somebody made you feel that way and you don't make anybody else feel that way. Maybe somebody pressured you into buying something one time. You don't want to pressure anybody into buying anything. So I understand. So let's talk about what we can do. Nobody wants to feel that way. Okay. I want you to think about this new concept of hot button messaging. Okay. So picture your classic salesman. Some things about this person. And I'm sorry to all the car salesmen out there. I'm sure a lot of them are lovely. But some things we know about them. They keep it pretty surface level. Oh, you got kids? Great. Well, we've got a lot of room in the back here for your carriage. They're like pretty surface level. They're not getting to the heart of things. They'll sell to anybody. Like, they don't discriminate. Anybody walks in, they're their perfect client now. Like tag you're it every time a new person walks into the dealership, right? Because of that, they require you to trust them implicitly without them having to earn it, right? It requires a leap of faith. We're actually car shopping right now, and we just like email, and whoever answers our email is now our salesperson. And then we walk in and we've got to ask for him every time we go there. That's like how it works. Otherwise, somebody's poaching him. So I'm like, I don't know if you're the best person. I don't know if you're going to understand me. I don't know if we're going to click. I just need to like trust you because you're my only option. And typically, this whole thing's going to be a mediocre experience. Like, they might offer you a cup of coffee, but a lot of times this whole buying process is not going to feel very good. Okay. Like, if you've ever, I don't know, how many people have signed for a car and been like, yeah, this is great, that nothing could possibly go wrong. Like, I don't know, you're a little bit scared. Okay. You don't need to do that. You don't need to make your clients feel like that. It is not a requirement. Try this instead. All of these things are the opposite of those things. So instead of being surface level, we're going to resonate with people's deep desires. We're going to get to know them genuinely, why they're here, why they want, what they're scared of, and let's connect with them truly and genuinely. We're going to only sell to the perfect clients. We're not going to sell to everybody. We are not everybody's cup of tea, and we don't intend to be. Not everyone is going to be your ideal client, and that's a good thing. Because if you try to sell to everybody like that, there's no way to resonate with their deep desires because everybody is so different. You're not going to just demand trust or make people take a leap of faith. You're going to earn trust. You're going to use your content to do that. So, earning trust with social proof and your expertise and sharing your work and sharing people's experience. There's a million ways we can do it. And clients can actually love that you're selling to them. My favorite thing is when I post a sales post and people are like, this, like, I love this, blah, 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 blah. You know, they like, you get positive feedback because our fear is that we're going to post sales content and people are going to be like, I hate you. How dare you put this in my feed? And that's not the way. That's not what's happening. Your service helps your ideal client by giving them something they need or want in their life. There is a bunch of mindset stuff that needs to happen around this. I'm not a mindset coach, I'm a marketer, but I'm very aware that everyone who is buying from you, everyone who will ever exchange you money for your work, wants it or needs it, and this is going to be a fair exchange. Okay. You're not taking anything from them by selling to them. They're coming to you. They have autonomy over their choices. You can't actually force them to buy anything. It's impossible. Give them a little bit more credit than that. They want it or they need it, and that's why they're paying you. And it's important for us to remember that. Every now and then I have these little cameras in the corner. So if I see something that resonates with you, please go ahead and screenshot it. You're welcome to share it, tag me on Instagram. Oh, I didn't even show you my Instagram yet. I didn't even show you, I didn't even tell you why you should trust me. Oh, well, here we are. Here we are. Okay. When you use hot button messaging and resonate with your clients on a deep level, that's when they see your posts and they go, holy crap, I need that. And they're like, bye. And you don't need to feel bad for selling to them. You can actually feel good, and so will they. Last mistake. You might be making untrue assumptions about how Instagram works. You're letting in le rumors, le drama, and le Instagram circa 2017, what worked then, get in your way. Okay, so some examples. You're saying the algorithm hates you. It's not true. It's a computer. It has no feelings, okay? You're assuming nobody reads your captions and your photos are all that matter. That's not true. You don't know that. There's no way for you to know that. You're only posting reels because you're like, if that's the only thing that works, then, or that's the only thing that gets big numbers, like that's not true either. You're thinking that your experience of what you see is the same as what everyone else sees. Not true. If I open my husband's phone right now, it's like golf tricks and sports highlights. You open my phone, it's like other marketers and dogs and people falling down. Like everyone's feed is very, very different. So try not to make assumptions about what everybody is seeing. That's why you can watch a video and like a viral video that's got 100 million views and mention it to someone and they have no idea what you're talking about, right? There's just so much content out there and we're all seeing different stuff. This also might look like copying other people because what they're doing seems to be working. But again, we cannot see their bank account. We actually don't know if it's working or not. All right, let's get into some tactical stuff. Do you want to see your notifications light up with leads using the Instabook formula? Buy or heck yes? Heck yes, keep watching. You can totally promote your services on Instagram without annoying your followers. I dare you to say out loud to yourself right now, people want what I offer. People want what I offer. You're doing this right now. You're like, can anyone hear you? Just shout it. People want what you offer. You got to believe it. I hear this a lot. I feel like a grandma. If you feel like a grandma, don't worry. I actually resisted so much of this stuff. Like I learned tech so slowly. When I first set up my Calendly so that people could book calls with me, I cried because I had to sync my calendars and I couldn't do it. So like I'm not going to teach you anything that is like too hard or beyond what you're able to learn. If I could learn it, you could learn it. Plus, I always teach all my clients like the simplest stuff. Like we're editing our videos in Instagram. We don't even need like CapCut or you know what I mean? We're going to do everything because we also aren't wasting time. We're going to get it all done quick. Okay, so this is what the Instabook formula that I mentioned before sort of looks like. We've got unlock the algorithm, save times with systems, and produce profit. And I'm going to break each of these down. So unlock, save time with systems, produce profits. Starting with unlock. You got to unlock the algorithm so that your posts get seen by leads, not just your friends and your mom, right? So even though we're here for sales, right? We do need exposure. We got to get you in front of new people. So we need to know kind of how the algorithm works so that you can get your posts seen by more people so that they can see your nurture content, so that they can see your sales content. You know, with me? So we've got to build up your audience so that you have people to sell to. And this is going to be kind of a three-pronged approach. First, you're going to put up your bat signal. Two, add engagement attractors. That's what I call them. Don't Google it because I made it up. And then you're going to do a 15-minute daily engagement strategy. So the bat signal. Right now, folks aren't following you because they don't know that your account is for them, right? So we need to make it so that when they land on your page, they go, this is for me, and they stick around. Actually, I just had someone in my comments yesterday. Sometimes people will be like, oh, the Instagram isn't working for me. And like a stranger commented back to them, hey, I'm your ideal client. And when I looked at your account, I didn't feel like it was for me. So maybe change that. And they didn't tell them what to do, but this is just like she's not even an expert. She was just like, I'm a mom with gut health issues. So people need to feel at home and they need to be like, feel kind of called out by name on your account when they land there. You can generate all the traffic in the world, but if people look at your page and they don't immediately feel like it's for them, they're not going to tap follow, right? So your bat signal is you shouting from the rooftops like, hey, ideal client, whoever your ideal client is, we're going to get clear on that too. This is for you. So one way that you can start to like implement this everywhere, all over your account, is what does someone gain by following you? Who's this ideal client? And what do they gain by following you? If you can answer that for yourself, we know that you're now giving, your content is giving to them, and we can like literally blast that sentence out. This is the first time I gave a version of this presentation. I think this was a screenshot of my account. I should show you now. It's 97,000 followers, I think. So, this works. That's like plain and simple. So, one thing I've got here is like, well, I've got a Canada flag to say like, hey, I'm Canadian. Are you Canadian too? Cool. People love to be able to relate to you on stuff like that. I help business owners get clients from Instagram. So immediately, if you're a business owner, you're like, okay, that's me. I would have a post like this. You're complicating your content and it's costing you sales. So if you're a business owner and that text resonates with you, immediately you're like, okay, this is for me. So these are just like some examples of ways that you land on my page and you go, yeah, okay, this is me. And being super specific and stuff like this and in your content gets you comments like, damn, you got me. I was reading and I'm commenting. I needed to hear this today. That's how you know your messaging is really clicking with people, is you start to see comments like this. This is what we want, right? We want people to compliment your work, sure. But if we can start sharing about you, we can get a little bit vulnerable. We can like make people feel safe with us. We're not just sharing photos anymore. We're telling stories. We're giving how to. We're talking about mindset. We're talking about feelings. We're like all you have a million options. Then we can start to get these comments that really prove that we're resonating with people on a deeper level, right? Like, oh my God, it's as if this post was meant for me. Or even like, ha ha ha, right? Like even laughter, like we're eliciting this emotional response from our audience. I'll talk about engagement attractors a little bit. This is kind of how the algorithm works, though. This picture kind of shows it. So you post, and the post is shown to some followers and strangers. And if they interact with it, the algorithm goes, okay, let's show this to more people and see if they interact with it. And if they interact with it, it shows and it snowballs, right? So that first kind of test audience that your post is shown to, if they don't touch their screen in some way, then it's not shown to more people as rapidly. But if everybody is touching your post, then it gets shown to more and more people. So that's why we have engagement attractors. My clients build things into every single post to make sure that it's easy for people to touch it. We don't just hope followers touch your posts, we add engagement attractors to actually make them. So every time you make a post from now on, before you hit publish, you want to ask yourself, what engagement attractor have I built into this? Have I given someone an easy way to touch this? So, for example, if you share just a photo, right? Very 2017 Instagram. You share a photo and you've got your caption there, there's not a ton of ways that I can touch it. I could like it, sure, but also that's not you being intentional. That's they're just hoping people like it. But what if we have 5 photos and there's first one has a little arrow pointing to like really say, hey, swipe. Now people are going to swipe through those 5 photos and they're going to touch their screen 5 times. So that's an example of being really intentional and building something into it so that people will touch it. Okay. Oh, so here's an example right here. I've got my arrow there to have people swipe to the next slide. And I mean, this is old, but like hopefully my graphics look nicer than this now. They don't. Even just this little more here, like really getting people hooked in the first couple lines of the caption, putting a hook down there so that people click more and read the caption. Like you've got loads of different options. We've got lists and lists of engagement attractors. And then we have our 15-minute daily engagement strategy. This one's old, but it lasts. It checks out. So basically, instead of defaulting to opening your phone a million times throughout the day, we just want to systematize this, right? That's one way you're going to save a ton of time. You're going to be super strategic about the time that you spend on your phone. As in, you're going to get all your boxes checked in 15 minutes. How much time? Yeah, actually, how much time are you spending on Instagram right now? You can look in your settings, but like it becomes so easy to just open it and check it and open it and check it and respond to a comment, respond to a comment, respond to a comment. And what are we doing? We're task switching, right? Like that is taking so much more time than just the couple of seconds that it feels like in that moment, right? Like it is, these apps are engineered to hold our attention and they're good at it, right? So instead, we take control. We have our 15-minute strategy. You have your boxes that you check in 15 minutes. You like respond to your comments. You respond to your DMs. You interact. We have like a bit of an outbound engagement strategy, my clients do. So we go to other people's accounts and we take some actions on their accounts. This was me guilting you for spending too much time on your phone, but I got misaligned with my slides. But basically, you can do everything you need to do on Instagram in 15 minutes a day until you have a freaking enormous account, and then we maybe need to change this. But for most people, we can get it done in 15 minutes. You're going to socialize to attract new followers, answer all of your comments to get more traction on your posts, respond to your leads in your DMs, and then you're going to close your phone and have self-control. So that's step 1, algorithm unlocked. I want to tell you about Carmen. She's a photographer that I worked with. And when she first came in, she was really like hiding what made her an expert and her feelings on things. And she was sharing her work, but I encouraged her to look at her content differently, right? And not just share the work, but talk to us, connect with us, show us why you're special. And let me tell you, she's exploded. Like her transformation inside the program was so inspirational. And then, she's sent me messages like this. I've got 4 leads for high ticket offers because of my marketing off of one sales post, one super strategic sales post, not stressing about what to post because now she has frameworks and she has a system and strategies, and come up with other ideas to bring money into her business, and even being asked to like speak at a workshop and be recognized for how special and how talented and how skilled she is. So cool. She also, I recommended that she read the book She Sells, which is a sales book. And it's like actually written by a photographer who had a very successful photography business. And so I think she didn't even read it all the way through. She started it, but she was telling me that like that worked, and she's killing it. Referrals, clients, all the things that we want. Okay, save time with systems. I hear this a lot. It takes me such a freaking long time to do anything. And everybody's different, right? The stuff that's holding all of us up, it's different for everybody. But for most of us, we just need a system. Like we just need to stop winging it, making every post differently, creating a brand new Canva template like every time we make a post. Like we just need a system. So here are some of my systems. And before I learned these systems, I spent years wasting so much time. And you get to skip that step because I'll just tell you about it. Okay, so roughly, this is what we're doing. We're going, our strategy. Remember, I said your ideas become a checklist. Like we have all of these things that we need to do to grow, nurture, and sell every week. All of our ideas are half baked sitting in there from our brainstorming session. We use our copy and paste batching system. A lot of that's Canva, but it can also be Reels or photos or whatever we're doing. And then we're automating as much as possible through Later. I'll stop you right there. No, there isn't any evidence that scheduling your content demotes its reach. That is a rumor. There's no evidence of that. Plus, Later is an approved partner. You don't need to use Later. You can use whatever scheduling software you like. Later is just the one that I show my clients how to use and teach my clients how to use. But just make sure that if you're using scheduling software, it is Instagram's API approved. Okay. So content strategy, it's like a super strategic post checklist. This is like more than I can teach in just a like quick training, but basically you have 5 to 7 post pillars that you post every single week. This is my proprietary content strategy that makes it so that every piece of content is somehow bringing your followers closer to working with you. We don't want you doing things like scrolling for photos. Like, what a distracting, time-consuming thing. Like, we don't want you to go, oh, I need to post today. And then you're looking through your phone or looking through your albums on your computer for like a photo and then getting distracted by things. If you're on your phone, you're getting distracted by like to-do lists and recipes that you've screenshot. If you're on your computer, like, oh, I should have shot that differently, or I remember that day. It's like, no, we want to take away all opportunities for you to get like distracted on this journey, and have as much done, batched, and ready to go at a time so your posts practically write themselves. So after the post is written, you paste it onto a graphic, if it's a graphic or a carousel, and then, or into the caption for a photo. Like I have even a very clear copy and paste batching system for Canva for any of the carousels or like graphic type stuff that you're going to make. It would work the same for Reels though. Like we have the B-roll is already filmed, for instance, and we're doing all of that at once, and then doing all of the editing at once, etc. Lots of systems and step by step that we try and really stick to in order to save time so we're not task switching. So for example, once you write out your ideas, if you already have custom Canva templates, which I show my clients how to make, or you can buy them, or you can hire a graphic designer to make them, all you're doing is pasting. You're not making a new graphic every time you make a post. That is the fastest way to waste time. The other issue with that, with making a new graphic every time you have a post idea, is often we'll end up writing our content inside Canva, and then you're not writing the content for the worthiness of the like marketing psychology in the words. You're just like trying to make it fit, and you're designing the words or writing the words and doing the design at the same time. We don't do that. We don't do that. The quality isn't going to be as good, and it's going to take a million times longer. So I have a copy paste batching strategy, and then you drop everything into Later and you set it to auto publish, or you set it to notify if you want to add a trending audio. Like there's different elements to this that we need to adjust for, but in short, content, batching, automating. That way, if you get sick or you go on vacation, you still attract clients because it is all automated. Okay. I had a client who told me that she like fell ill and she booked like 3 sales calls or something while she was sick because she had automated her content. It was still going out. We can't have your marketing relying on you being well or energized or feeling like it that day, right? It's just not sustainable. The reason you're resisting strategy is probably because it feels like more work and posting on the fly feels easier. But I promise you, once you set it all up, you will wish that you did this sooner. How do I know? Because I have seen it with my clients. I've had over 600 clients go through my program. I hear this all the time. We'll take Mandy, for instance. I'm happy to say she resisted so much. She resisted it. She did not want to do this, and then she did it. So I'm happy to say that I have a guide for the next 6 weeks for posts and carousels and reels, and I feel so good that I might even do another 4 weeks. Let me tell you, it is freeing when you know exactly what you're going to post. I'm like, Mandy, yeah, this is what I've been telling you. Anyway, she did it, and she was happy that she did. So you save time with systems and create a month of quality content in like what's taking you now, however long, however many hours, we can do it in just a few hours. This is Sarah, also an artist, not a photographer, but she's a visual artist. She says, I couldn't believe how easy it became to schedule 2 weeks of content in one sitting. There she is. And she actually started getting recognized at like markets where she sells her work, which is really cool. Uh that was really neat. It was really cool to think of like ways that we could create content for her that wasn't just showing her work. Her work is beautiful, but that's not optimized for Instagram in present day, right? She says, Instagram is so much less stressful now. The changes I made to get organized were huge for me. I was nervous, but Jenna broke it down in a clear way that helped me figure out who my business is and who my ideal customer is. Awesome. Okay, now the money. Money, 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 money. We've got to produce profits. This is Canadian dollars, just so you know, not monopoly money. That is my home and native land. Home and native. Yeah, that's the words. Followers are great and all, but you want clients, so let's produce profits, okay? So kind of a mindset shift to play with here is one customer pays you more than 100 random followers, right? Like that's pretty obvious. So why do we try and go viral and try and get a bazillion views instead of trying to book that one client? What if we let our growth content be the thing that gets views and our sales content, we stop worrying about the numbers we get on it. We stop worrying about engagement. We stop worrying about views and we let the sales content just convert that one person one at a time all the way to our millions. What about that? Marketing isn't magic. It is formulaic. Look at this off-brand Harry Potter. Once you see how giant companies everywhere use marketing formulas, you're going to start to see it everywhere you look. You're going to start to see copywriting. You're going to start to see marketing psychology. You're going to start to see like pressure tactics or whatever it is. Like you're going to see it everywhere once you know about it. So I'm going to start kind of clipping through this because I know this has already been a lot of information, but basically convincing copywriting. Even if you don't think that you're a good writer, we can make tweaks to your writing style, to your captions, to your sales language that make it more convincing. Tweaks. We're going to earn trust with integrity. We're not just going to ask people to trust us or tell them to trust us. We're going to earn trust through some of the things we mentioned before. We're going to reverse objections. We're not going to poke pain points. No, we're going to reverse objections. Even that kind of sounds aggressive. It's not that. Like I'm the most feminine between masculine marketing and feminine marketing. That's what kind of what they're called. The masculine is like the pushy stuff. I am the most feminine of it all, right? We're going to reverse direct objections. Think of it like answering questions, or if there's something your clients don't like, get rid of it. Like we don't need to be pushy here, and we're just going to make it easy. We're just going to make it easy. I'm so excited for you to get an alert on your phone that someone's bought your highest ticket offer, your biggest package, while you're having a nap. So excited for that. A stranger, no less, like a stranger who found you on the internet. It's time self-employed people like us knew the same marketing magic the big guys use. Oh, this is Kat. Let's talk about Kat because she had a really cool moment. I mean, I'm sure she's had lots, but basically she's an acting coach and somebody in Montreal, she's in Vancouver, and that's like basically they're different sides of Canada. Someone reached out and booked with her in Montreal, and she's thinking like, hey, if it weren't for Instagram, there is no reality where that person would ever know that I exist, right? If it weren't for my social media, they never would have found me to book that Zoom consult. So it's pretty cool. You're probably dealing with more local people unless you have some sort of like a online offer or like a program or something. Same thing though, right? Like this makes it so that you can get in front of people who your paths never would have otherwise crossed. She said, thank you so much for your help this morning. I don't feel cringy about my sales post at all. Doesn't feel icky one bit. This is Molly. She's a Reiki practitioner. She's like, I feel excited to share my sales content rather than dreading it. She's like, it feels like I actually have a plan. I'm not just throwing spaghetti at the wall. For 3 months, my waitlist has grown from 17 to 600 people. You know what? This is old. Molly's now at like way more followers than me. She's probably like 150,000 followers. And she's got huge launches. Like she said this a long time ago. I had to update you that our call the other day, since our call, I've booked more one-on-one clients than I had in all of Q1. Amazing. So if you take one thing away from this, I want you to know that you can get so many clients from Instagram, and doing it doesn't need to take you all damn day because we have like can't even express enough. Like, we can do this faster. We can do this faster than you're doing it now, right? So here's all the puzzle pieces again. You unlock the algorithm so your ideal clients follow you. You use systems to stop wasting time. Use marketing formulas to turn your followers into clients. Bada boom, bada bing. Now, the big question is, how can you apply this framework to your own business and create a client attracting Instagram? Listen, I am going to sell to you right now. Let's call it what it is. I'm going to tell you how we can work together. If you just take all of the free goodness of this like workshop and apply it, that's beautiful. That's awesome. Go do it. Go take action. Go take what you learn and start applying it. Even if the only thing you do is start thinking about adding engagement attractors every time you make a post. Perfect. Do it. If you'd like support, if you don't want to figure it out on your own, if you want me to show you the step by step in a setting like this, okay, let's talk about it. So, we're going to all become not actual Beyonce. It's time for you to get proactive about your growth. Time for you to apply proven marketing strategies that you'll also use forever on and off of Instagram. I teach Instagram. We use Instagram, but like this marketing, you actually use all over the place. I don't remember if I took it out or not, but I actually had a post in here where someone said, I used your strategy to sell my recliner on Facebook Marketplace. I'm like, yeah, well, marketing is marketing, right? You know how to do it, you know how to do it. All right, this is my program, Magic Marketing Machine. You are invited to join me inside this program. So I'll give you a bird's eye view of what you'll get immediate access to, okay? First, you log into the program. It's an online program. It's full of videos and downloads and worksheets and prompts and all of that. You do your audience expansion challenge. This is one of the first things inside the program. When you start, you're going to kick it off with like all of this algorithm stuff, right? The rest of it is marketing. So the first module, it's like, or first and second, it's like how to get all the views, how to get more likes, how to get more comments, like all of the strategies that I use for my clients to help you get the numbers up. Even just that is so freaking valuable. But we also need to speed you up, right? So,
fear not.
oh,
Changes because this information is going to last no matter how the algorithm changes. I think I can actually promise you that.
So this is like what it looks like. So you have lessons over here, and then you have typically videos here with me like talking to the computer with a lot of enthusiasm. Okay. So the audience expansion challenge is one of the first things that you do inside the program. I'm going to give you a whole bunch of different ways to grow your following that you probably haven't thought of before. And then step two, own the algorithm and increase engagement. Like, this is all the stuff to get numbers up on everything so we have those eyeballs on you. We know it's not about numbers, but damn, do they feel good. And we do need visibility so more people see your sales content, right? Here's what someone said. I joined with 11.6K followers. I'm up to 46,000 followers in 3 months. Huge. And then that impacted their community. They now have more people in their community. They now have more monthly subscribers. They now have more podcast listeners. They now have more people in their email list. Like, it was a huge impact that visibility could have on their business. Okay. So then we need to speed you up. So you're going to create and schedule content fast using some of the systems that I showed you. For instance, like, I will give you a backstage tour of Later. I will show you what buttons to press. I'll show you the scheduling software. You can use whichever one works for you, but I use Later because it is the easiest, and so many people using these systems can now create content so much faster. People who thought, like Mandy, who resisted it and thought it wasn't going to work, but this person says, thanks to your tips and MMM, I just batched 10 days of content in an hour. That's actually really impressive. Like, that's quite a lot. So we get like crazy comments like this from our members. Using Later and templates and operating from my content. Oh, I asked them like, what did you change? I love knowing what specific things people have changed. And they said using Later and templates and operating from my content pillars instead of filming a reel like every day. And I'm like, great. So the exact process. And they're like, oh yes, literally everything, if you will. Like, it's just the process. Okay. From there, you're going to make your consistent content strategy. And I like, honestly, you name it, it's in this program. I've been doing this for a while. If someone tells me they need something, we put it in, like post prompts, CTA captions, hooks library, posts that sell, post templates, bonus workshops like Canva and graphic design. And there's there's an intro to photography. I don't think you need that, but like so much is in here. I don't even tell you all about it because I don't want you to feel overwhelmed, but I do want you to be able to go in and be like, this is the missing piece to my puzzle. This is what I need. And then with all of that, you turn your business and your Instagram into a magic marketing machine. This is another quote I got. Holy shit, this makes it so easy to create content. This program gives you so much confidence. I want you to know exactly what to post every single day. You will using your content strategy. It's prettier now. It doesn't look like that anymore. It's prettier now. Write posts that sell so you can get clients directly from Instagram. Refine your messaging. It's a big part of it to call in leads, gain copywriting skills, make gorgeous graphics, and in general, look amazing online. This person says, I successfully posted 4 times this week with ease. The consistent content strategy changed everything for me. This one I love. It's like a rite of passage. I love, and this has happened so many times when my clients get asked who does their marketing, and it's them that does their marketing. And listen, this is coming from a social media management agency owner telling you you don't need a social media manager. You can do this yourself, and it could very well be much better than if you passed it off to somebody. Thank you so much. Honestly, I'm the busiest I've ever been in the past month. I'm getting 2 bookings a week from local businesses. Your account and this course has really helped my confidence. I expected this to take several months before I'd see so much traction. I batched a week of content and it was so easy. Like I'm telling you, with all of the tools inside this program, it does make it so much easier. I got over 1,200 followers on my POV post prompt. The POV post prompt is one of the prompts in the program that you'll do after you do the messaging section. So basically, you like refine your messaging and then immediately test it out with this POV post prompt. And when it clicks, right? This person got 1,200 followers from one like 7-second reel. This person went from 600 followers to 23,000 followers in 1 month. Up 5,000 followers. Like we have so many of these. I've got hundreds of testimonials. I hit 4,000 followers and I've had more people reach out to work with me. I'm working on my selling, like 2 leads for Meg this week, like so many. And most importantly, I'm also very fun. This is the most fun I've had creating content in forever. Okay. So again, log in, audience expansion, speed it all up, make your strategy, win life, and it's all inside the program. There's more. There's more. Listen, just there's more. You also, when you enroll, you get a year of monthly expert workshops. We all meet and they're different topics. Again, just based on what people are like kind of saying that they need. Sometimes with special guests, sometimes with just me. 12 months of a monthly workshop. And you also, all of that you're getting for 12 months. There's also our bonus bundle. So again, adjacent things that people are telling me they need. They want to learn an intro to Facebook ads. Maybe you have a freebie that you want to promote. You want to sell Instagram stories, whatever it is. You're going to get the bonus bundle. Listen, you clicked this training for a reason. I'm guessing it's because you either feel like nobody sees your content, or when they do, they don't convert, or not as many people are converting as you want, right? Like some people that I've worked with, they've got loads of followers, but they're not actually turning them into clients. So here's how to do it. Come into Magic Marketing Machine. You get 12 months access to the entire program that I showed you, the videos and the trainings and the templates and all that. 12 months of monthly expert workshops and the bonus bundle, and is just $9.97 USD. Or you can do our payment plan, which is $197 a month for 6 months for the 12 months of access. I will give you the link as well. Listen, there is another option. If you're the type of person who wants personal feedback, I totally understand. We have an option for that too. That's called MMM Plus. So basically think of it as all of that, MMM plus personal support. So what that looks like is 3 months access to weekly coaching calls. We have coaching calls twice a week. If you can't attend a coaching call, we'll even give you video feedback instead. We'll just like record you a personal video if that's like editing your post or giving you feedback on something before it goes live or looking at a worksheet or answering a question, whatever it is. Plus all the calls are recorded, and a private Facebook group for 3 months where you can ask unlimited questions. And we have coaches in there and alumni in there. And you also get a personal Instagram audit, and you can claim it anytime in those first 3 months. So you can decide that you want it right at the beginning to kind of like shoot you off into the universe, or you can apply the strategy and then claim it. Totally up to you, but you are going to feel so supported in MMM Plus. There's honestly like an unprecedented amount of support. Because of that, we do have limited spots, but if you have the link on the page that you're looking at for Plus, then there's room in Plus, okay? If not, you can also start an MMM and then go up to Plus. I actually recommend starting in Magic Marketing Machine, because you get everything, and then if you decide that you want personal support, you can add it, and it's just $5.97. Look at that. It's actually $3 cheaper to do it that way. So you can start today, start like optimizing your posts, start getting, doing that. We have the growth spurt challenge, really cool challenge. Like, start and then decide if you want support. And if you want support, we have a tremendous amount of support. Okay. And again, you can get started for $197 with that payment plan, $197 a month for 6 months. Your strategy is working wonders. I've been posting for 2 days now, and my comment section is filling up like never before. I followed your advice on how to promote my freebie and grew my mailing list from 500 to 900 from one post. I use your sales caption templates to sell a recliner on Facebook. Oh, that's the one I was talking about. Okay. So if you want to join Magic Marketing Machine, I would love to work with you. You're just going to scroll down underneath this video somewhere. There's going to be the link. Tap the link, choose if you want MMM or MMM Plus, check out, and you will immediately get emails from me inviting you into the program, and you can log in and watch your first lesson. We also have a generous refund policy. I don't see you needing this, but if you get in there and it turns out I'm a fraud and there's not a single video, just don't go beyond module 2 or beyond 14 days, and we will give you a refund. But I really don't see that being an issue. As I said, we've had hundreds of people go through this program. I have hundreds of testimonials. I think you're really going to love it. But don't go beyond module 2 or 14 days, and then you can just email us and we will give you a refund. Oh, yes, online courses too. There's another one. Okay, that's it. I hope to see you inside Magic Marketing Machine. Also, I'm at Jenna's page on the Instagram. I think you saw my handle back there. Would love to come and chat. If you have any questions, you can DM me and we can talk about it. And that's all. Thank you so much for having me. I'll stop sharing my screen now and figure out my technology. Have a wonderful day.